The making of a global world. In this topic, we are going to learn about the pre modern world. Human societies have become steadily more interlinked. From ancient times, travelers, traders, priests, and pilgrims traveled vast distances for knowledge, opportunity, and spiritual fulfillment. They carried goods, money, values, skills, ideas, invention, and even germs and diseases. Silk routes. The Silk routes were a good examples of vibrant pre-modern world trade and cultural links between distant parts of the world. Vast regions of Asia were connected with Europe and northern Africa by several silk routes. Trade and cultural exchange always went hand in hand. Buddhism emerged from eastern India and spread in several directions through intersecting points on the Silk routes. Traders and travelers introduced new crops to the lands they traveled. Merchants from Venice traveled to take the various foodstuffs from China. Main foodstuffs were noodles and spaghetti. Sometimes the new crops could make the difference between the life and death. For centuries before, the Indian Ocean had known a bustling trade with goods, the knowledge and custom, etc., crisscrossing its water. Precious metals, particularly silver, from mines located in present-day Peru and Mexico always enhanced Europe's wealth and financed its trade with Asia. The pre-modern world shrank greatly in the 16th century after European sailors found a sea route to Asia and successfully crossed the Western Ocean to America. From the 16th century, vast lands and abundant crops and minerals from America began to transform trade and lives everywhere. The Portuguese and Spanish conquest and colonization of America was decisively underway by the mid 16th century. The most powerful weapon of the Spanish conquerors was not a conventional military weapon at all. It was the germs, such as those of smallpox, that they carried on their person. Smallpox in particular proved a deadly killer. It killed and decimated whole communities, paving the way for conquest. Until the 19th century, poverty and hunger were common in Europe. Cities were crowded and deadly diseases were widespread. Until the 18th century, China and India were among the world's richest countries. Europe now emerged as the center of world trade. Summary. In olden days, pilgrims travelers traveled from one region to another. Special silk routes were established for trade. Spaghetti and potato was famous food at that time. Japan was famous for these foods. The biological warfare broke out in the form of smallpox in 1634. That is all in this topic. Let us learn about the changes in Europe in 19th century. Keep learning.